welcome to the fifth installment. We're going to be talking about touch. Now, before we get onto that topic, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but outside the weather is getting a little bit warmer, isn't it? And the days are getting a little bit longer. And I know this is hard to believe, especially if you live in this country, but it does mean that summer is coming. Right? Like soon, we're going to be in parks, drinking wine with our friends, going on patios, having Aperol Spritz. Remember those? For some of us, we're going to get so fucked up listening to repetitive techno at music festivals. Yeah. It's almost here. And I thought, what a perfect time to talk to you guys about an important subject. But, anyone find it a bit hot in here? I do. So, the important topic that I want to talk to you guys about is flirting. Now, who here considers themselves a very good flirt? Who here knows how to get somebody's attention? Come on, don't be shy. Yeah, we have one? What's your secret?
Not trying too much.
Not trying too much. That's a good one. Anyone else? A little shy? Everyone tries too hard? That's a little life lesson for you. Don't worry, guys, because I'm actually here to talk to you about both the right way and the wrong way to flirt. So you're welcome. Class begins. And it begins with a story. And this story starts where a lot of these stories typically start, at the club. And I had gone out with my friend, and we had gone to listen to basically trashy gay music together. We went to this club, we started dancing, they were playing like Lady Gaga, Ariana Grande, This Is How You Speak When You're Gay, Beyonce. And like they played this one song that like us gays just go crazy for. It's the one that's like, I'm in the corner, watching you kiss her. Oh. Yeah, right? It's Robin's Dancing on My Own. You play that at a club, every single gay person's gonna be in heaven. And I was absolutely loving this night. Up until about 20 minutes when I needed to take a break because I am over the age of 30. And I went and I took my friends and we took our little gin and tonics and we went to go sit down. And we noticed this group of people beside us. Oh my God, they were having the best night of their life. They were cheersing. They were doing their like, yes, queens. They were taking selfies. They're going through the entire encyclopedia of RuPaul's Drag Race quotes. We thought we'd join them for a while. And so we get to talking. A little bit of small talk. Who are you? How you doing? What do you do for work? What's your favorite Pokemon? Normal stuff. Normal conversation. And then my friend went to the bathroom. And that's when one of the guys of the group leaned towards me a little bit. And he said, hey. And I went, what's up? And we got to talking, but eventually it got to a stage where I had to be honest. Guys, I wasn't feeling it that night. I really wasn't feeling it that night. And so I said to him, thanks, I'm not interested. And he responded, oh, I didn't realize that you're straight. And I said, it's not that. It's just, I've come out, it's girls' night, we're just here to listen to some trashy music, we're just here to have a good night. But as I'm saying this, I notice that he's getting closer and closer. He's trying to bridge the gap between us. And I get to feeling a little bit nervous, because it's like I'm saying one thing, but he's feeling another. And as he gets closer and closer, and I can start seeing where his eyes are looking, I feel a need to explain myself a little bit further. And I'm feeling a bit nervous, so this thing just kind of bubbles out of me, and I say, I'm just going through like an asexual phase right now. I say this to him, and then he looks at me, and he puts his hand directly onto my dick. Oh. And he says to me, so it doesn't work. I wish I could tell you that this was the first time something like this has happened to me. I wish I could tell you that it would be the last time something like this has happened to me. But unfortunately, it happens a lot. And every time it happens, I say to myself, you know, I'll do something different. I'll push them away. I'll stand my ground. I'll speak up for myself. But that doesn't happen. I freeze. Every single time I freeze. So that's what happened. And all I could let out was a meek little, no? And then he continued. And he said, is it because you were molested or something?
Oh, like now?
Remember when I said I was going to tell you the right and the wrong way to flirt? You need to pay a little bit more attention to this class. Not listening to somebody, disrespecting their boundaries, and then making excuses as to why those boundaries exist. Don't do that. It should be obvious, but if it's not to you, just stop. That's not cool. Let me tell you, my reaction wasn't to feel immediately seduced. I didn't look at this person whose hand was unwantedly on my penis and said, oh my God, I need to fuck this person. What a hot and sexy guy. No. My brain went from freeze mode into motor mouth mode. And I did the least sexiest thing I could think of, and I just started talking about my ex. And I gave him like a Shakespeare-long monologue about my ex. And by the third attempt of telling him no, he got the picture, he got up, and he left. He was seemingly fine with this encounter, but for me, I was left feeling vulnerable and exposed. And it's funny, because I know some people will hear this story and they'll think, oh, Phil, come on. Come on. This is Amsterdam, right? You know? Guys are going to be guys. And when you're a guy who's into other guys, well, of course you have to be a little bit more direct. Of course you have to make your point across a little bit more bluntly. Maybe that's right. But on the other side of it, when I tell my friends this story, they tell me that they've had sex with people simply because they're too afraid to say no. So what about the right way to flirt? Now, I'll tell you guys, I'm no expert. I don't even know how to flirt. A little bit scary. 3 things that have worked on me in the past. Number 1, get ready to handle rejection. It happens. I'm sorry, it happens. There are 1,000,001 reasons as to why somebody might not want to sleep with you. And it may have nothing to do with the size of your belly, the shape of your ass, the amount of money in your bank account, or whatever other appendage you have going on. No means no, and it might mean no for a reason that you aren't entitled to. And here's the thing, if that's hard to believe, if that's really hard to believe, I have a question for you. How good is the sex going to be if somebody's having sex with you because they're afraid? Not that good. But how good would it be if they really, really wanted to have sex with you? Amazing. And this is why you see it written all over the walls. Consent is sexy. Number 2, love the person you're flirting with. Don't be in love, okay? There's a diving board here. We don't have to jump all the way off, but just love them enough. Love them enough so they can hear it in their words, and they can see it in your eyes. Love them enough that you want to respect and listen to them. Because you know what that is? That's the start to communication, and communication is sexy. This is universally true. It doesn't matter if you're flirting with somebody, if you're hooking up, if you've been dating for years, or if you're in a dark alley in Barcelona somewhere just having a wild night. Communication is sexy. Number 3, be vulnerable. Be vulnerable. Look, I know why when I said to this room, who here is comfortable with flirting, and all of us got a little bit shy, we're like, not me. And that's because we have this pickup artist, ideas that are just floating in the cultural mind, we need to put that shit away. It only exists to sell you things that you don't need. And you know how I know this? I know this because the last time a guy flirted with me, I was at the gym. And I was working out the sweat. This guy, he came up to me, asked me out for a drink. He was shivering in his boots. I could hear the quivering in his voice. Oh my God, was it sexy? The idea that somebody could be terrified in my presence and still have the communication, vulnerability. Remember these three. And before I go, one final message. The year is 2023. In a post-pandemic society, the issue of touch is ever more important. And if it was true in the past, it is certainly true today. No means no. And if you're like me, if you're like one of these guys who finds themselves feeling uncomfortable because somebody's disrespecting you, here's another little secret. You don't have to show them respect in return. I promise you that you can look at this person and you can tell them, fuck off.